Arsenal set to sign Christian Norgaard. Miles Lewis Skelly finally signs his brand new deal. And Arsenal linked to Christian Mosquera from Valencia. Let's do this. What's going on, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel yet again. Hope everyone's having a great week as well. Happy Thursday. Another day in this goddamn transfer window, bro. Yet another day that Arsenal have still not yet signed a striker. But we do have some news. We do have some news coming up because all of a sudden now this club wants to work during the transfer window. I don't know what it is. We got Christian Norgaard who's set to sign to Arsenal from Brentford. Miles Lewis Skelly has signed his brand new deal, officially confirmed now, and Arsenal now looking at Christian Mosquera, the black center back from Valencia. So let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. Before we actually get into it, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share this video, and make sure, of course, you subscribe to the channel as well. Do them three things when you tune in. Everyone knows the rules, yeah? But let's get straight into this now, straight away, yeah? Let's dive straight into it. This came out from Fabrizio. Now, originally, it came out with links yesterday morning that Arsenal were linked to Christian Norgaard. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, we got a fat here we go from fucking Fabrizio Romano that this guy is set to sign. Obviously, with Norgaard coming in, it does now look like that Thomas Partey is officially going to leave the club. It doesn't look like he is going to sign a new deal. Now, I'll be real. Let's get through this first before I give you my official thoughts. Christian Norgaard to Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement done club to club after 11 million euro proposal was sent today. Personal terms also agreed with Norgaard. Set for medical. Brentford have authorized the player to travel. New midfielder replace for Thomas Partey. Now, I'll be so real with y'all, yeah? I'll be so real with y'all looking into this. When you look at the midfield now, because the dream scenario for me would have been you get Zubimendi, who's already set to come in, yeah, after here we go, number 3,000. You sign Thomas Partey up to a new deal as the backup because we know he's got a little injury record and all this shit, all that put together. But then you would have had him, you would have had Zubimendi, who you would assume to come and be the main guy, and then your Partey come in as the straight backup or as the backup with his like I said, with his injuries and all that, you could have him be the backup and all that. Or you could have had it the other way around. You have Partey with the experience, and you could have eased Zubimendi into the league. But with Norgaard coming in, now obviously Norgaard isn't of, like, you wouldn't associate him with being top quality. Like, I've looked at, like, the guy's 31. The deal is cheap. It's actually crazy because I see him linked to Spurs, and they were talking about 45 million, and we're over here getting him for less than 10 million pounds. So when you look at that, I'll be real. With Zubimendi and Norgaard, I do think the midfield has gotten worse. I feel like if you had Partey and, I think if you had Zubimendi and Partey, I feel like that would have been way better from a depth perspective. So, yeah, I keep saying it, bro. This club is choosing the cheap option because he's going to be on less wages than Partey is. So when you put it together, like, we're going with the cheap option again. He's only going to cost like 10 mil. He's 31, so his contract is probably not going to be long. It's almost like another Jorginho, if you will, but probably on less money. So when you look at that, I do think the midfield has gotten worse. I feel like Partey and Zubimendi would have been a way better from a depth perspective for the squad. I feel like Norgaard is obviously going to be that level below, and like Zubimendi is going to be the clear. That's the one thing and that's probably the big thing for me. We're now banking that this guy comes in, and he's going to have to come in and hit the ground running, bro. Because if you had Partey still there, you could have eased Zubimendi into the team. But now, Norgaard obviously not being of the level, you gotta have Zubimendi come in and hit the ground running straight away in that 6 role. Because obviously the midfield is gonna be him on bit, like you would assume the midfield is gonna be Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard as the midfield 3. Boy, now fucking hell. Now it could literally be Norgaard and all this shit. So I do think the midfield has definitely gotten worse, bro. The midfield has definitely gotten worse when you look at it. So that's the whole news on Christian Norgaard. It is a cheap deal. Like it's 11 mil euros, comes out to like 8.5 something mil pounds. So yeah, again, we're doing the nice, clean, little cheap option. Like I keep saying it, bro. That's what this club loves. Loves to take the easy way out, all this shit. But yeah, that's all we got on Christian Norgaard. So he is set to come. Definitely like looking like a backup. So it says the replacement for Thomas Partey, but we all know that Zubimendi is a replacement for Thomas Partey from a starting position. We know Norgaard's going to come in as a squad player. Like, I'll be shocked if he even gets a 3-year deal. I feel like he's going to get a 2, And if he's lucky, he'll get like a potential 1 year extension added on to that. But let's move on now, yeah? Let's move on to some good news. Let's move on to some proper good news, yeah? Man, like Arsenal, Mr. Arsenal through and through. Miles Lewis Skelly, Miles Morales, yeah? Number 49, officially now, putting pen to paper on signing that new deal. When you put it, I think, I mean, he's young, bro, so I'd assume he signed like a whole 5 year deal. I think it's 5 years. 5 years, maybe even signing even 6. Who knows? But this is very good signing. Very good signing for the youth. Keeping him in. Excuse me. Keeping him in. Hopefully that with him staying, this means inshallah, he goes into midfield because I see, bro. You see this guy's ability, bro. He's too good to be playing left back, and he is a midfielder naturally. When you look at it, bro, you see his game. Like I remember, bro, I remember that first game he played in the Champions League, bro. Line breaking pass against Monaco when we beat them 3-0. Like this guy's got the ability to play in midfield. He's too good for me to play left back. But you know, Arteta loves his invertedness, and he's got the physicality as well. That's the one that really shocked me when I first seen him play. When I first seen him play in the first team, bro, he's young. This guy physically like plays like he's like 26, like 25, 26 years old, bro. It's ridiculous. So I'm very, very, very glad, very, very happy that Miles Lewis Skelly signed a new deal. Number 49, he's keeping his number, no new number change, nothing like that. Thank God. But yeah, obviously, I feel like 49 actually suits him. 49 undefeated. So what's called Arsenal through and through. Like Arsenal fan from young. I think he was actually born in Islington too. So right in the heart. You know what I'm saying? So Miles Lewis Skelly set to stay. Good, nice, good clean extension. He's gonna be here for a long time because there were links with him to like Real Madrid. I had fucking Will in my ear talking about talking about picking up Miles Lewis Skelly after Saliba and all this shit. Nah, bro, you're waiting another 5 years, G, because we know you man don't pay no money for players. You guys like to wait, snap them up for free. So you ain't touching him for another half a decade, yeah. So Will, you can hold that. You know what I'm saying? So you can hold that, all that with Miles Lewis Skelly. So yeah, we got Miles Lewis Skelly size. Miles Lewis Skelly signed up for another 5 years. In terms of the youth now, it's all moving on to Wanyeri, bro. I don't know off the top of my head how much longer got left on his contract, but he's the next one in the youth. They got to snap up, bro. He's the next one in the youth. You got to get to sign a new deal. As it stands right now, bro, it looks like Bert has come in and contracts have been like number one, whether that's getting rid of players, getting players to stay. Looks like that's been his main objective so far. Getting players to excuse me. Getting players to stay longer, getting players to sign new deals, and getting players out. Because one thing we know is that we know Arsenal can't sell players for God saving themselves, bro. We also time we let players go on the free. Look at Partey, he's left for free. Jorginho's, he's left for free. Like the last decent sale we got, like what was the last decent sale? I think the last decent sale we made was like we sold Emil Smith Rowe. When we sold Emil Smith Rowe, and I don't even think he should have left at the time. I feel like, yet again, that was really good depth you could have kept before the start of when did he leave? Before the start of this season. I feel like you really could have kept him because him as that 10 backup, that would have been really good for Odegaard because when you look at the midfield options, you got heading into next season, you got Zubamendi, you got Rice, you got Norgaard now, and then you got Odegaard. We got 4 midfielders on the table, bro. So one thing I did say is that if Partey leaves, you do have to go out and get another midfielder. And it's crazy, bro, because we spend 10 years trying to sign a striker, but when it comes to signing a DM, get it done in get it done in a couple of hours, bro. Like it's nothing. Like where was this quickness with Brentford trying to sign Ivan Toney before he went to Saudi? Like come on, bro. Like no club was really in for him like that. Like that tells you it all because he went to fucking Saudi, bro. You're telling me Ivan Toney wouldn't have come to Arsenal, bro, and stayed in Europe? Come on, are you fried? But last bit of news we got today. Last bit of news come out today. This has literally come out today. Now, this is also out from Fabrizio. I think Ornstein put something out about this guy as well. But Christian Mosquera, center back plays for Valencia. I think he's I don't even know. I don't know. Let me actually figure it. Hold on. Let me figure out how old this guy is. Let me just figure out Christian Mosquera. How old is this guy? Spanish center back. Fucking hell, he's my age, bro. Okay, so he's 20. What's it called? He's 21. I think. Oh my god, I think his birthday. It literally says, yeah, bro's birthday is tomorrow. So he's 20. Okay, so 20 years old. So 20 years old, center back from Valencia. Christian Mosquera and Arsenal story. Understand Spanish defender has already given the green light to the move. Mosquera is keen on joining Arsenal The club has already explained the project to him. More rounds of talk follow soon. Now I'll be real. When it comes to this guy, I don't know a single clue. I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him before until today. I don't watch Valencia. I don't watch La Liga like that. And if I do, I'm not watching. When I do watch La Liga, I'm not watching fucking Valencia, bro. So I don't really know much about him. I said he's obviously looking like a center back. Is center back option. Now this could either mean one of two things. This either means that the club are preparing if Saliba leaves in the next 2 years, or it means that Kivior could be heading out the door, and this is new center back cover. How tall is this guy actually? I'm literally doing research on this brother, like as I'm making this video. How tall is this guy, bro? Okay, 6'2". Okay, so 6'2" center back. I'm assuming he's a big brother. So big brother, a center back cover. But like I said, I feel like this is either gonna mean that Saliba is leaving in the next 2 years, or Kivior is out the door this summer, and he's the new backup center back. So hopefully this deal gets done because we do need numbers in the squad. Like we had the smallest squad in the Premier League last year, 22 players, bro. Like that has to change. Like we cannot have a squad that and look at what happened this year. Look at what happened this year injury wise. Like with all the players and now Odegaard injured, Saka injured, Gabriel got injured, Havertz got injured, Marino was up. Marino didn't make his October because he got injured for 2 months after breaking his shoulder. Who else got injured this year? Calafiori had injury problems. Ben White was out for majority of the season. Like, bro, it was injury after injury after injury, bro. So another a shock, another defender. You know, Arteta loves his defenders, bro. I don't know what it is with this guy. This guy loves buying everything but attackers. No new news on a striker. Still, no further talks with Sesko or nothing new with Sesko. I think the only thing with Gyökeres is that he's like made it clear that like he doesn't plan to play for Sporting again. So it's actually crazy, bro. It looks like my man's about to hold the club to ransom and be like, yo, you guys are gonna get me. I'm getting the fuck out this club, and I ain't doing shit until you guys do that. So that's all the news we got today. Big up everyone who tuned in. Miles Skelly signed his new deal. Christian Norgaard is coming in as a backup option this year for like 8 mil. And then you got Arsenal linked to Christian Mosquera, center back from Valencia. But big up everyone who tuned in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this video. And make sure you, of course, you hit the subscribe button as well. Big up everyone. Any more news that drops, you know that we will be here. We will be there. We will be there. I'll see you guys, anyone tuning in. I'll see you guys on Mania tomorrow on Friday. Big up everyone tuned in. And I'm out.